Hi, guys. Okay. Well, hopefully we got things fixed. We all got booted out of Discord, and we all think Discord might have just had a oopsie doopsie. So, Leon, Griswold, Bones, we have Sonya and Jericho. Jess will not join us tonight, so our Barbarian will be piloted by whoever
Yeah.
decides to pilot the Barbarian.
Sure.
Let us...
But Jess is Neff likes to smash things with their mouth.
Thank you, Jeremiah. It's the only acceptable way to introduce Neff.
That's the only thing keeping chaos in check.
Yes,
The only thing.
That's probably why Discord disconnected. We didn't say our catchphrase. That's why.
Yeah.
That's it. I did it right there.
We found it. So, to recap again, apologize for those that are hearing this for the second time. So, the Order of the Broken Moth were left last time interrogating some of these hunters, some of these individuals from the Ministry of Magic in the USA who were charged with tracking down and hunting Jericho specifically. But these is an organization of, from as far as you know, wolf hunters. With interrogating Crimson, an old childhood friend from Jericho, as he took a cyanide pill and ended his life so you guys wouldn't get more interrogation, as a spell was casted on him that persuaded him to tell the truth. Other individual who was fooled that his leader was still alive and that his leader was going to not help him out, told you as much as he could, leaving you to have more questions than answers, and knowing that the Ministry of Magic itself knows of these individuals and knows that they were hunting down Jericho. With that, you had a couple of days to prep before you met with the Minister of Magic himself, Leonardo, as I want to call him, Spencer Moon. You guys went to Hogwarts, picked up Spineroll, left some things in the vaults of Griswold, purchased some items, wrote some letters, and that's where we left off. So that's where we're going to continue. As I impose a little bit of music before we transition into the floor that we saw last time. That's where we're going to end up. But as I pull down some of this little music was a little too whimsical, but that's fine right now. So, on this day that you guys have all gathered together to try a day earlier than scheduled to speak with the minister himself, as you guys go to the heart of London, to the British Ministry, and professors, you've come here before, and the rest of you have, but it under different circumstances, knowing that the gate, the entrance for all non-employees, one that you haven't really used before, Leon, is actually by a couple of phone booths outside of the ministry. As you guys are passing the streets, intersecting with muggles, and as cars are passing by. Griswold, do you have your mask on?
I do not.
Okay.
I'm at least well versed enough to know that rocking the mask around like muggles is going to arouse an unnecessary amount of suspicion. I also have the shield in particular, as well as both of my staves in the bag of holding.
Okay, understand.
Because that's way too much attention for one's taste.
As you guys are passing by, you all kind of smush into a phone booth, and as soon as you press on this lever and put on the earpiece to yourselves, you see that the glass all start fogging up and reflecting what's on the outside, so it looks like almost nothing's inside as you guys lower down. And you guys just see brick upon brick as this elevator just puts you guys down. As you kind of slam a little bit, and Leon already grabbing onto a rail pre-handedly, as the rest of you guys have a slight little tumble here and there. As the doors just open themselves, and is a mosh of just individuals trying to push their way through, and there's a long line making itself towards the end of a hallway of these dark red bricks laying all around. With a couple of pieces of paper flying around, you see some goblins walking through in a hurry. You see a lot of wizards and witches just passing by, speaking to themselves. You see a man petting what this looks like this odd snake that just kind of burps out electricity. So, what do we do? There's a long line ahead of you.
I'm gonna look around and be like, so who has the letter? Was it a letter that was summoning us?
It was a letter. Who has it?
I am totally drawing a blank on who's got it, and I can't remember if it was handed to me or not. Because if it was handed to me, I have to rummage through my bag and find it.
I think it was either you or Leon.
I'm gonna look to Leon and be like, do you have the letter, or is it me?
I think it was me, because I was kind of mainly talking to him because everybody is just losing their heads and minds and just want to fight.
Good time.
Leon
has
a
fine line between good players and murder hobos.
As Leon, you search through your bag as everybody else is getting in line. You see Neff already kind of making her way. She kind of crosses her hands and obviously taking up the biggest volume in the entire area. And you see a couple of people just looking towards her as she's kind of just scoots a little bit forward.
There it is.
Then Akio, the letter flies towards you. As you guys proceed moving forward, it's this very tedious and boring. Just one step moving forward, and then kind of everyone almost in odd unison, just kind of bobbing back and forth between the pitter patter of people moving.
Can I look around and see if I see a ministry official? Like I understand we're in the ministry and there are probably officials in line, but I'm looking for like guard or something like that.
Roll me perception.
Sure.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask that too.
And I don't. My shield's in the bag.
Well?
Roll perception. Yeah.
Is there any chairs across? I guess not.
No, actually, this is literally almost like a tunnel of just bricks all around, leading far into a corner that you cannot see past. You do see some glass and some light refracting off the glass, but you're still too far away from this long line of people to really make out what that is at the moment. But there is some color splash onto this glass that everyone's kind of walking through.
It's a 24 on perception.
24? Okay.
25 for me.
Okay. The only reason why Leon sees it before you do is because you know this person. You know who they are. Sure, because it's the first thing that came to me. Joshua would be his name, as he is a pretty young, new to the ministry, very quiet to himself. This handsome, kind of shortish, dark-skinned man.
Full beard or what?
It's growing there. He's reaching the pinnacle of what's allowed within the ministry.
It's implying he might smell like dog.
I mean, you have seen him walk around with the Great Dane every now and then.
I will actually, when I see him, I'll kind of wave him. How big is this corridor?
It's about 40 feet in length, but everyone's strapped into the middle. And it's just 2 by 2.
I'm going to look at...
Except for Neff, who's taking up 2 spots.
I'm going to look at him intently and kind of wave him down or something.
He kind of looks at you, says something, kind of just runs back. Didn't expect you to be here. I thought you might have just used the restrooms. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I don't know why we use the phone booth, but the minister is expecting.
You know that the students will not be allowed to use those. They
I guess I'll do. I do have some students with me and another professor of Hogwarts.
I'll lean over and be like, I'd prefer to avoid the toilets that the staff use.
It does get your sheets pretty wet.
You never get used to it. I've only used it once, but
Yeah, wet paws are. I mean, wet feet are not a thing I'm used to.
The minister is actually expecting us. Like, is it okay if we come in line?
Roll me a persuasion.
Ooh, what is my persuasion? I proficient with it. What?
Oh, God.
Why? 19.
19. So looks at you. You owe me one, and kind of moves you guys forward as you guys are passing by. You hear muttering and people speaking in either undercommon or Vela or Goblin, and just like slight insults of the pretty much just saying cutters or cheaters.
But at the same time, Leon is like chest out, head up high, kind of. His hat is kind of not like his usual, where he's kind of covering his face a little bit. He actually has it. He's walking like a noble.
Yes, he is walking like he is part of the auras.
Yes.
Riz is going to be trying to walk right next to him, but feeling at least a little uncomfortable being stared at by so many eyes. Like, this is a lot of people for me.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of elbow Leon and be like, "Is it okay if I put this on?" And like just kind of start pulling the mask out of the bag of holding and be like, I need to be in my happy place."
As you do see other people a little bit weirder than you and like attire, so you'll stand out a little bit, but in comparison to everything that's happening, you are in the mishposh of magic right now.
I will look at Griswold. It's like, we're already in the ministry, which is, there's no muggles here, so.
Oh, thank God. Oh, okay, cool. And just immediately just strap on his. Okay. All right, I can do this.
As you guys keep walking, it takes you a good 10 minutes of a walk as you're just noting and dotting the line. As the closer you get to these glass walls that are like almost the doorway into this next section, it almost seems like it's the same pace until you hit a specific threshold, and then you see just like almost obstacle of illusion of like just the line just elongate longer. And roll me insight, whoever wants to. You don't have to, but you can if you want.
What is? Oh, I proficient with that too. What? 30-20.
I'm
learning new things for Bro Leo.
Alright, dirty 20. Anyone else roll that wants to say a number?
22. I got a 19.
Okay, 19, 20. Those are good.
I'll roll it. Why not?
I got a 22.
Alright, definitely.
15.
Okay. Griswold, as you're noticing, like, man, that's the long line. And judging from the rest of you guys, as you guys are walking by, Neff just being awkwardly quiet, kind of blocking the way, and as you're kind of judging how many Neffs there are, you guys might think that you literally would have been in line for hours before coming in. Like, there is...
Okay. Sorry, just keep going. And then I'll let you know.
There. It seemed to be maybe about 100 people in front of you, but each time you passed about 100, almost looks like 100 more just magically appeared behind and in front of you, as though there's some sort of like illusionary magic to keep the lines looking shorter than what they really are, for whatever effect that might be.
So what I was trying to do basically is like when we keep walking, it was like maybe after like a minute or two, I'm gonna grab my hat, tip it a little bit, do a little twirl.
Okay.
And then you'll see me like my this guy's self, like gonna be my like proper attire
of
what an aura looks like, basically, because
like a 3-piece suit, nice shoes,
trench coat, kind of like that. But like, I still have my hat on. My hat still looks the same.
Of course. Hat's key.
This is the first time that I guess this is the first time that the students is seeing me. But like, oh shit, he's an aura.
Myself included.
Yep.
I'm just gonna look over, totally blank on the aura thing, and be like, if we were supposed to wear our fancy clothes, I needed to go shopping a little more.
It's fine. This is what I normally wear when I go to the ministry.
Sonya's going to say under her breath, "I'm not impressed."
Yeah.
Sonya's still having the wrap
uniform.
around her to
It's
hide herself a little bit.
I have a scarf on my head, my hair, kind of covering my hair, and then like my shoulders and chest a little bit.
And then George will just be like, you.
Ew.
So, as you guys pass about 10 minutes or so, you guys see one person goes in line, and as this individual kind of like blocks off the next people, points you ahead, as you see a couple of old ladies like, huh? Why do they get to go first?
I'll present my letter.
Kind of like pokes whoever is in the back. You see one of the ladies with her canes. Kind of poke you, just like it's at that point like that's starting to hurt. Please stop, youngsters. And what you see in front of you is this beautiful mural of this shining, colorful glass, very almost like church attire, as like light is shining from the inside, and you see these two wizards with their wands up, facing you guys. And at the bottom, you see a small little rickety wooden desk and a goblin standing on top of it to reach you about neck height. Not quite tall enough to reach you guys like face to face, but that's where he is standing. And you see that he has very proper attire as well, very almost mimicking Leon's, except without the hat. And he has several keys behind him in like a large circle ring. He doesn't quite have shoes, as his kind of like little goblin feet are kind of like scratching against the wood that's on the top of the table. As you see already indentations and like wood shavings throughout, as the goblin who is at the front of the line, first of all.
I'm gonna.
The letter, basically.
Okay.
Leon with me close behind.
Okay.
Just trying to look official and failing terribly.
You see the goblin kind of like looks at all of you. No. Okay. And do you present the letter?
Yes.
So he kind of grabs it. Kind of smells it, licks a little bit. Yeah, it's official. There you go. All right.
He licks it.
Yeah, he licks it to make sure.
Yeah, you gotta roll that.
Wands. Since this is you're okay. And kind of like looks at you, Leon. Yeah, fine. The rest of you, wands and weapons, please. As he kind of, you see that he opens up a small little bag, like no bigger than a purse.
I'm gonna reach into my own bag,
Mm-hmm.
be like, it's like being naked, and pull both staves out, bird collar and moss, and say, it won't grow on you, I promise. As I drop them into the bag.
As he looks, shame. And it's like a little coin purse like this, where like all the bags, both sides just go inside, and as the chain purse is still open, state your name.
Griswold McLeod.
As he kind of like moves it, so the chain kind of like, as the voice kind of enters in, you see that a slight little hint of magic kind of sparkles throughout. He kind of closes it, waits a second. All right, step here.
I'll
As
step over.
you see that he grabs his tiny little wand that's very thin, almost like a lightning bolt, and he starts casting a ritual to identify and a locate object. Do you have any weapons on you, or anything that's considered?
I forgot the dagger, but I genuinely use it so little that Griswold would genuinely forget it's even on him.
As that happens, you see that he'll be like, as a dagger kind of appears.
My bad.
And
I just totally forgot.
The bag opens, and you see that he looks inside, and in your voice, Griswold McLeod closes it up.
Whoa.
All right, you can pass. As when you do, you see both of the glass stained windows. As the wizard kind of just, both of them instinctively move down, as the glass kind of shapes into it, as the door just opens up. Even though it's glass, you hear the wooden part of the door open. as you see nothing really in front, just like a bright light before passing in, and it's just a sea of people going left and right, and things flying in the air, and owls hooting and going throughout. And it took like maybe 10 minutes to just give Griswold the okay to go through. And as you see his wand kind of goes all over you, Leon, alright, doesn't really inspect you, doesn't ask for your wand or weapons or anything. As you kind of walking through, you see that the glass figures don't move, but the door opens itself. And the system proceeds with every single one of you guys, asking for all weapons, wands, to state your names into his little coin purse. The question is, does anyone try to hide anything?
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no!
What are you trying to hide?
I'm already inside.
I'm gonna give him the fake wand I got from the dungeon
Okay.
instead of my personal wand first.
All right. As he spends 10 minutes to cast different ritual spells, and you see your wand kind of floating in the air. Yeah. And then as he kind of goes inside, Sonya, and the wand goes in. All right. You're tricky. As
I have it.
the glass doors open again. As all of you guys now are inside this large tunnel with this peacock display of brick colors throughout, with this tile floor of as people are just walking in, and it looks crazy and chaotic, almost like in between periods at Hogwarts, but much louder and with many more adults and a little bit ruder. As Leon, you definitely know that the Minister of Magic and his support staff are on the first floor. So luckily, you guys don't have to go anywhere really to, like you don't have to take the elevator. Yeah, so it's lucky that it's the first floor.
Oh, also, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Did Jericho take like 30 minutes to surrender his weapons and stuff?
When Jericho went through, you just saw like all these blades just come out, and crossbow bolts and thieves' tools and hidden things. Like, wow, it just keeps coming. I see like stats.
Find a pen, grab some.
As you try to like, he just slaps you. No. And the softest Jericho, like the softest, deepest, just bass tone voice they can imitate yours, like the all just fly into the thing. It's like, as he kind of just waits a bit, actually might be full. Kind of puts it down, grabs a new one. Unless you're going through X.
I'll give you a gold coin if I can have a dagger on me.
Kind of just waves you through.
Your mother was a troll.
Oh, wow.
Kind of looks like maybe. As you see like this goblin have this like deadpan look, like he's been insulted, gone through everything, and he just takes everything as this is my job. Everything else is just a side.
I feel sorry for him. There were two old ladies with very, very pokey canes right behind us.
The last person that comes in, every time the door opens, you'll see the long line. As you see this lady, one of them bashing him in the head, as the goblin's just like, yeah, stop. They stop. They stop. And the one just poking him in the chest, like, they stop. And before the door closes.
The poor guy.
Yeah, poor guy. Yeah, poor Mr. Kit would have been his name from the generator. Kit, K-I-T, would have been his name if anyone asked. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were on the first floor of the ministry.
Yeah, looking around, do I notice anybody familiar?
Roll me perception again.
Yeah, it's basically just, like hello and hi.
Sure. You'll see.
Did I hear Jericho insult the goblin?
Yeah, you would have probably heard it.
I did. As the the rest of the students, not kids, students. They're definitely not kids anymore. But
Yeah.
as they file in, I'm gonna look to Jericho and be like, I'm not gonna tell you to have respect for authority because I was your age once, but come on, man. You guys been through a lot.
You come on.
There's a joke here I'm not going to reach for, but
Read
I
for it.
mean, yeah, but no, but yeah.
So, as what did you get on your perception?
Dirty 20.
30-20. You do see a couple people, not anyone that you really interacted much or that is part of your department, since there is many departments here throughout. But you do see some people that you at least know their name or know what floor they're on. But not anyone that you've had a real intimate conversation or would know much about them.
Yeah, it's really more of just while we're walking towards the minister.
Yeah.
The office is basically like, good morning. Hello,
see it.
Mr. Insert name here.
As you see, a lot of people, as Leon is passing by, will refer to him as Leon, or Mr. Jones, as he's passing by. There's, I would say, about 12 individuals before you're heading into the corridors, before the tunnel starts switching and turning to go to the minister that pass by. And the closer you get, the fewer and fewer individuals will be greeting you properly, and you start going to corridors and tunnels switching by. You've probably been in his office maybe once or twice. It's not really a normal thing to be in his office. It's usually either a really good thing or a really, really bad reason to be there. And as you guys are going by, moving and turning, you see at front of his this long hallway, almost about 70 feet length, with nothing but just dark bricks. As the color keeps fading in and out, as though there's a flame underneath that's kind of lighting things up, mimicking, but it's just white instead of the oranges and reds of a flame. But it's almost mimicking that as it kind of goes in the tunnel as this the curvature of this long tunnel. And at the end of it, in front of the minister's door, you see a individual that you've seen before. The big curling mustache is the key of who this guy is.
Margadush.
Yes, as you see him, Margadush. As
What's his actual name?
I need to look at my notes 1 second.
It's Marga something. That much
Yeah.
I remember.
Margaduke is his name.
Yeah, I kind of
Detective Margaduke.
posed it a little bit.
Yeah. As he steps forward only when you guys are about 20 feet away from him, and you hear the extremely well polished shoes clinking against the cobblestone that's inside. You're actually not meeting them here. You're meeting them in the common hall. Kind of whips out a letter, presents it to you. Whoever grabs it. Good day! And kind of just leaves.
I'll be like, wait, who changed the meeting place? You said minister. This is the minister.
As kind of as his head's already up high, and you kind of see it tilt even further back to respond to you. He cannot look past his own nose. The only one who can change it is the minister himself.
Well, I will respond to that by pointing my face straight upward, where my plague mask makes me visibly taller than him.
Yeah.
And be like, mine's bigger. And
You see it kind of just military steps forward, twist, and kind of just leaves the as it kind of just echoes throughout the hallways. The letter now it's leading you to the 8th floor.
Stairs is going to be my first reaction to that.
No, we have an elevator here.
There are service elevators that lead up into the hallway, and it's a you would know definitely, Leon, that this is where usually guests would come and stay, and it's more of a hodgepodge of just everything and nothing at the same time. as you guys have to take 2 separate elevators to get there, but you guys can see each other as you're going all the way up. As there's another goblin. Both of them kind of just like look at each other and like wait until someone says a word, and then they both race to turn on the lever to see who goes up there first. I need everyone to roll me dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
I'll roll for Neff.
Okay. Do you have Neff stats, by the way? I need to send that to you. Apologize.
But for Leon is a 18.
18, that definitely passes. As you're kind of anticipating do a slight little skip, not anything big, but a slight little one, just enough to get you. So when you land, the elevator kind of reaches you. Griswold, what did you get?
16.
16, you're fine. Bones, what did you get?
I got a 12.
12. No. You almost fall, but you definitely catch yourself on one of the rails. What about you two?
I have 17.
You're fine as well.
I got.
So Neff did roll a 9.
She does have high dex. It's literally opening up right now. It'll be +3, so she's the only one that just kind of as the elevator just literally. And you're so scared you're gonna hit any of the elevators that are passing by, wishing fast, but you don't. And you just see Nev kind of just like brace herself. Sorry, guys. So let me try to get you that link. With that, the elevators just kind of open. They're stuck a little bit. The first one of you has kind of like pry it open and move that. And y'all move you guys to where you are. I believe, though, I need to grab y'all's characters. Because you are quite a different batch of individuals.
Here, I'm using this dice for Neff.
Okay.
This is a normal die right here.
As you guys are boop, okay, and boop, and Neff's bat tagged along, but it's not there. Okay. As you guys should all be. Wait, I'm missing. Who am I missing? Leon. Leon, where are you? Why aren't you there, Leon?
I'm right here.
We're the 2 blue boys.
I don't see a blue boy. I only see one blue boy.
You only
I'm
see
right here.
Griswold?
Oh.
Wait.
I already pasted you guys. I thought I didn't earlier. My bad. I literally just repasted everybody. That is my interpretation.
Oh.
So, as you guys would have started off from over here, as you guys lean in and then they send you... It's fine. You guys are going to walk past over here. Anyway, as you see many people in robes. You see a couple of familiars walking by. You even see a young boy on a cow as he's talking to the cow itself. I didn't do it. I swear it wasn't me. And he's like, shh. As they take you to a location where there's an open court happening over here. Even though you can see it, Leon, you would know that this is a very public library to those that are given the access to research anything or to prepare documentation before presenting themselves to one of the minor courts, as every criminal court would be held up on the 10th floor, that there's no way of getting there. As you see an old woman kind of like in almost a prayer position in front of the fire, kind of casting stones into it as the stones take different shapes. And here we go. How this little cat come over to you guys? As the cat kind of jumps over and just looks, I guess, at Bones and Griswold from the position where you guys are in. The minister will be here shortly. I'll announce you when you should approach. Bye. He kind of just walks away.
I'm just gonna turn to Jericho and whisper, "Did that cat just talk, or did I eat something freaking weird for breakfast?"
I'm gonna look at Griswold. Was like, it's probably the shrooms you ate.
Fair. See, trees talking, that's normal, but animals?
Yeah, that's weird.
Says the Druid.
So, there's a lot of chairs and couches. So, there's anything you guys would like to do as you wait?
I think some people want to try to pet the kitty.
No.
Even though it's probably a person.
Sure, I'll let you pet the cat before it goes away. As you see a slight little butterfly dragon over here, an owl kind of flying around. You see a Vela in a like meditative pose, and just court, and you start hearing now the loud clinking of typewriters, and busy office essentially throughout. As you do see just owls kind of fly by randomly, just dropping letters throughout, and almost like paper airplanes kind of flying around, reaching a specific location. Someone reads it and you see the ink just disappear completely as they fold it up, and when they do, you see that the paper just disappears completely. So anything specific that you guys want to do as you're waiting?
Not really. You'll just see Leon just sit down and talk to his fairies.
Okay. The fairies kind of fly around, start talking. About an hour will pass by.
Since the goblin didn't consider the shield a weapon, I'm assuming it was because it's defensive. I'm not bashing anybody with it, but
no, probably not, to be honest.
So the goblin wouldn't have like grabbed it out of my bag.
Because that's
any arcanic
armor.
Yeah, any arcanic focus and any weapons would have they taken. So shield would have been fine.
Okay, well in that case, I'm gonna take my shield out of my bag and just kind of perform a little maintenance on it. It's been a while since I've given this thing some love.
Okay.
Just make sure it's doing okay. Maybe
All right.
drop some Visine in the eye so it can stay its freshest.
Sure. Anything that you guys want to do while this hour passes?
Can I read?
Yeah, of course. You can read. As anyone else wanting to do anything as the hour passes by? Petting cats, playing cards, I assume, will be a thing that these guys are doing over here. But you're more than welcome to play with them as a wizard's card game. And you see a man with the kind of combed over hair, really thick, as like he's trying to best to keep it to uniform, but isn't quite very uniform. And his chops and beard are definitely not appropriate within the ministry themselves. As he kind of steps forward. Leon, you can roll me a history with just history. Yeah.
That is the 9. I'm busy talking to my fairies.
Yeah. You have no idea who this person is, as he kind of goes, that will do. And you see the cat kind of like leaves. I think you have a job to do. And you sorry, kind of walks away all sad. He kind of looks over towards you, Sonya. Madam, and the rest of you, if you want to follow me.
Oh, of course.
Kind of, he kind of looks around like the minister will see you now. And he will lead you to this room over here, actually. And as he's going in, you see that there was somebody else already in the room. And as he kind of comes in, you see that they leave. And he just says, thank you. Tea, please. And he goes in behind and sits down at the chair. There you guys would like to place yourself, whatever you want over here. And I'll give all the players control over Neff. So I'll move you guys over here. Yep, there was a whoa that happened. I grabbed the mini as someone else was grabbing a mini. Okay. As you see this man, who looks formal, but his sleeves are kind of rolled up, his tie isn't quite done. Looks like someone at that like 5:30 when he was supposed to get out at 5 o'clock look, but staying late at the office. And you see scrolls and parchment throughout. As he sits down, you see the scroll just immediately opens up and a quill kind of appears to take any notations, and kind of just taps on the desk, and you see that the scroll just rolls back up into this one parchment, and the ink kind of nips itself back into the ink to like you assume to like unsummon the incantation or take that away. As he looks at you. It's good to see all of you. Leon, I've heard great things. As you're getting the impression that this might be him. He looks not official. And Leon, you did not recognize him either. He definitely looks a lot more worn than you would expect the minister to look. As normally people don't really interact with the minister.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna look at him and was like, "Are you the minister or?"
Spencer Moon at your service, yes. He kind of looks at you as he taps a metal glass by accident at what we call a microphone. As he kind of looks at you, Ravenclaw versus Gryffindor, 1937. He kind of like waits for you. That was a good game. Best chaser I've seen all year.
Oh.
If it wasn't,
I'm gonna jab Leon and be like, he's talking about a Quidditch match.
Like, I'm looking at him like, oh, so that was you. I didn't know you were the minister. That you have become the minister.
That's a long way from just serving tea here to the service. But it was a good game.
That was a good game. But Ravenclaw is the better team.
Oh, don't say that one too loud, bud.
As he kind of chuckles and you see that he looks at his tea, kind of sighs as you see that it's empty, and you kind of see that behind the bookshelves there's a lot of tea glasses like in front of the books, in front of some scrolls. Like he just doesn't have enough time to dispose of it. He just kind of puts it back, and it's a lot faster for him to just get a new teacup. I summoned you all here for essentially your reputation. And for country and all that. But it seems that you've all had... Well, apologize. Before I get into business, I would like to shake everyone's hand, if that's as a thank you for everything that you've done.
6 feet apart, 6 feet apart.
He shakes your hand, Leon.
No, the Spanish flu hasn't been a thing for like 20 plus years. Okay, like no, we're past that. It's fine.
So he shakes your hand and kind of like gives you like a old like rival like pat on the hand.
Yeah, I'll actually do the same thing. It was like, but on his shoulder, kind of.
Yeah. As he kind of grabs your hand, Griswold, looks at you. How's the farm treating you?
The farm? Oh, it's fine. I think it's about time I go and redo the incantation. Keep things looking fresh. But the house is restored. It's good stuff. It's looking good.
Good.
Thanks for asking.
As he kind of goes.
Bear in mind, I'm trying to shake left-handed.
Okay. That's he will grab. As he grabs Neff's strong grip, and she's kind of strong. Goes over, shakes your hand, Bones. Nice meeting you. Looks at Jericho. Hear your trouble. Shakes your hand, and then he presents his hand instead of like going for a shake hand to you, Sonya, to see if you actually will put your hand on top of his.
Ew.
Okay, I do it.
Oh no, cooties.
And as he looks, kind of just shakes his head, ma'am, and then goes over to his desk and kind of sits down. You hear the wood just as just the weight of him placing that. So like I was saying, a reputation. You guys seem to have a reputation for fixing others' problems and unfortunately putting yourselves in dangerous situations at the cost of some inconvenience, but usually good result. So to be blunt, I have a job for you. And you see the door open with the tea just there. And sir, do you have kind of motions over, the door closes. You can never get a rest. So I have a job for you. It's about a dangerous man.
I'm gonna look at him intently when he said, "I have a job for you." It was like, and then I'm gonna look at him intently. It was like, the Ministry of Magic seems to like, quote unquote, hiring these children to do dangerous jobs.
To be honest, this is the first time I've ever encountered with any of you, and to be quite frank, this is the first mission I have personally have to attend. I think that you guys were sent on missions here and there for auras that were too cowardly to do them.
Are the orders of the Ministry not up to par as back in my father's days?
As he looks, reputation speaks a lot.
I'm going to pipe up at this point and be like, hey, like these aren't just kids. Like,
I mean, they
them
are
as well as myself saved Hogwarts. I was there. There's that purple bitch. I'm gonna look over to Bones and Sonya and be like, you know the one I'm talking about. Like,
Bones is like,
I'm gonna look at I'm gonna look at
they're field students for a reason. Like, they've proven that Hogwarts is beneath them, if anything.
Like, I'm gonna look at them and like yeah, they are very strong witches and wizards, but still, they are still underage.
I mean, this is true.
In a way.
You got me there.
which is why
They are stronger than me, that's for sure.
Yeah,
But continue.
as you see, kind of Neff just crack her knuckles when you see that. When you said that she's stronger than you, which is why I would like for this to be a personal mission between you and I.
Not as a minister's job.
No, it's part of the ministry. There'll be paperwork that I would have to take charge of and etc. But it's I want you to hear from me versus a owl.
Okay. Seems more dangerous than it's supposed to be.
It's and kind of looks at you. Reputation speaks loudly.
Were the rooms for egg delivery, was that a sanctioned ministry?
That was a sanctioned, yes. Which technically means that it came through my desk, but I do not remember signing anything. And he kind of points over to the desk where Sonya's kind of sitting on, and I assume putting her legs on top. I do have assistants that come here and there to take minor charges out of my hands.
Minor charges is a hyper dangerous mythical beast egg delivery?
Apparently so.
Goodness.
Which is
Who
why I
misfiled
want
that
to...
one?
Which I want to speak with you guys individually and personally to not get anything misconstrued. This is a mission that involves a dangerous man. His name is Charles Lipin. Lipin. Lipin.
Gotcha.
He's been involved in several murders. Some of the most grotesque things I've seen that any wizard would ever do to another. He's also involved himself in cannibalism, both Muggle and wizard alike.
So even Muggle murder.
As the chick said, he was hiding in an old abandoned warehouse in Glasgow, last we heard.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
Back in Scotland.
That is where I will stop mentioning horrors. If you guys do decide to take on this task, just note that it's a personal favor that I am asking as the minister, and you will have a favor in return.
Are there riders to said favor, or is it just literally a boon that the ministry will provide?
It is, as the minister himself, it is a boon that I will provide.
Gotcha.
If you do accept this job, more details will be sent to you in a day or so notice to prepare you for what you need. Anything you need to get at the school or personal affairs you need to get into order with. Since, again, we are dealing with a mass murder.
We get paid for this, correct?
If you want money out of this, and that is what the collective group decides, then sure.
I want me.
Neff wants to ask any favor? Question mark.
Whatever favor, I'm asking you as a group for a favor, and you as a group will ask one in return.
Oh, so it's not individual; it's as a group. Acknowledged.
I'm gonna, like, I don't really speak to them, for them. But then I'm gonna look at the whole party. It was like, do you want to accept this job?
It is.
It's very
intriguing.
disturbing.
He kind of sets up. If you need me to step out of my own office so you guys can talk.
You're the Minister of Magic. You go where you please. Okay. But
I'm gonna go get some sugar.
okay.
Kind of just steps out, and as soon as he does, he kind of looks, especially at Sonya, snaps his fingers, and you see all the papers disappear, all the inks just like dry up, like almost everything disappear in the room, and it's just two tables with empty bookshelves and two chairs.
So nobody can search.
It's because she knows everything anyway.
Yeah.
And he steps out.
I'm gonna look around to him and be like, okay, so we're now officially bounty hunters. If we accept this.
Neff commented that she wants to knock all his cannibal teeth out.
Like,
I'll-
I mean, in a way, it is a job. It is a ministry job. I think I am still part of the ministry anyway.
You technically are. You're still on payroll.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm just gonna look to Leon and I'm gonna crack the golden phrase, independent contractor.
The golden phrase.
I'm gonna look to the students and be like, y'all, we don't have to do this if we don't want to.
Plausible deniability.
I mean, it's coming from the minister himself. I'm assuming the paperwork that he has talked about will be it'd be safe to assume there's some form of confidentiality around sending us out on this.
And I'm gonna look at this, everybody, and like a favor from the minister himself is a good thing.
Yeah.
You think this would just
That
be
cannot buy.
incapacitate or capture, or like eliminate?
We don't know yet, really.
I'd assume if it's a mass murderer, he'd like it if this wizard could stand trial. But at the end of the day, mass murderers typically go down swinging.
Yeah, but does he not want to send the murder hobos to incapacitate or to kill?
Well,
We did talk a lot about our reputation.
Yeah, our reputation for smashing heads. Sorry, I'm gonna look over and be like, love you, Neff.
She kind of goes over, kind of gives you a hug,
can-
lifts you an inch off the ground, puts you back.
I mean, we can always ask the minister if he wants this man dead or alive. But I figured he would want it alive to be sent to Azkaban.
I'm pretty sure he has to say he wants him alive, but wink.
I'm just gonna mutter to the side, and where there's cannibals, there's probably skeletons. And where there's skeletons...
Jesus Christ.
You can have a lot of pocket skeletons there. As disturbing as that is.
They serve a purpose. I'm not trying to raise some kind of army. It's just some people have familiars. I just have a bag of bones that happens to walk around and do my bidding for an hour or two. Okay, like
I'm gonna look at bones and tell you, like, are you part of this army?
not Miss Bones. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Just because I'm small, you can't keep me in a bag.
I mean, I could, but well, there's the whole like vacuum bit.
There's
of
a
it.
vacuum.
Yeah.
As you guys see him come in with some sugar cubes and kind of places them down in a bowl, and as soon as he comes in, you see that he snaps in all the papers. Everything just reappear a little bit. You see that the desk kind of shifts a little bit. Sonya kind of like moves her chair a little bit, just like the volume of things that just appeared. So he sits down.
So this job, is this dead or alive?
I have to. Kind of looks around. I kind of need an answer before I actually announce more details.
I'd look to Leon and be like, I don't think even the minister wouldn't want to order a man's death. That like as heinous as this criminal is, that's basically state-sanctioned execution, is it not? We're better than that as humans, right?
We just need a 007.
That's out.
True. Though sending somebody in Azkaban is somewhat of an execution. But
I mean, yeah.
then I'm
albeit
gonna, like,
somewhat delayed.
so do we accept this or not?
So he
I'll
kind
let
of
this-
grabs the sugar cube, puts it on the tea, starts
If
swirling
there's
it.
gonna be a voting process here, me personally, I vote yes.
I'll look to him. I'll look to the students, and I'll be like, I'll wait for y'all to vote.
Based on Neff's text message, I assume that's a yes.
Smash.
Smash cannibals is probably her phrase.
Yes.
As I hold fairies, there's gonna be 2 over here, and none over here, on this side, cause 2 votes to none.
He kind of leans forward a little bit. If you accept the job, pretending that I heard everybody say yes, I will let you know that this is not a mission of detention. This is an order of execution.
Yay.
He looks really serious towards all of you. Grindelwald's
Yeah.
evasion and well planned, while annoying, schemes have left running low the allies I can count and the ones I can count on. I will let you know that this individual goes by a different name. Charles is a name he's not used in quite a while.
Ah,
He goes by the name Alpha.
Gonna look immediately to Jericho.
I'm gonna be like, wait, alpha, and I'm gonna just turn to the students and be like, y'all told me something about an alpha. I don't think I was around for that, and then just kind of look toward. I'm gonna point to Jericho and be like, wait, alpha.
And then I'll immediately put a third fairy to my left. I was like, I assume your answer is yes, Jericho.
He just kind of looks at you, Jericho, as well.
So, what about the rest of you, Bones, Sonya?
Yes. Neff said expletive.
So there's like 5 fairies for Neff's vote.
They stack it on top of each other to mimic her height and volume in mass.
I'm gonna look at the fairies and look around, and then I'm going to look to the minister and be like, I have a request for my acceptance. If that's, I understand you're asking a lot of us, and I understand you're offering something in return. But I've got something a little hinky I'd like to request.
He says nothing, just drinks his tea.
I need a pen and paper if you don't mind.
Kind of like looks in front of you, and there's a ink, quill, and parchment in front of you.
I will pick them up, and in Griswold's patented terrible scrawl, I'm sending you a message, Jesus.
Okay.
Secret messages.
Secret message, something. As
Neff said she wants to say if we do. She's looking in Jericho's eyes and says, "If we do this together." And Bones is just going,
Oh,
And I swear,
Oh.
if Sonya goes, because I can read lips, that means I can also just watch the pen move and know what I'm writing.
Unless you're coordinating it out. No, you have your back towards me.
yeah, she would have to. She would have to see you mouth it off. As that happens, hence why I'm doing the paperwork.
Okay, cool. I'm yeah, all right. Just Leon, go ahead and do the fairy thing. Yeah, I'm okay with this.
There's 5 fairies now. It's like I assume even if Sonya says no, it's 5 against 1. But I will still ask Sonya, yes or
Right.
no. It is still your opinion is still important.
Okay, this whole time she's been quiet and just want to say this. She's trying
Like
to fight
you-
Chung this whole time. But
I'm
once
gonna
She's directly called out for from Leon. She'll talk.
I'm gonna mind link with Sonya. I was like, you don't have to talk, but you can talk. You can talk here.
Oh no, I'm talking.
Okay.
Okay. Sonya's gonna talk to the minister.
Mm-hmm.
Very calmly and not as aggressive as she usually is. She's trying not to cause trouble because I feel like Neth's gonna beat her up if she does. What you're asking for is a lot, given us students have had to grow up mentally, physically, and magically these past years. I assume there's more capable hands, but given our reputation, like you said, this might be a little more hush-hush. So if we're the ones taking the risk, we might, hopefully our reward will be able to be paid out in the end.
That's why you
But
said
I'm
that. Mm-hmm.
But I'll be in, since everyone else is.
Is that when you see it like kind of like corks a mile on him. That's why you are all going to be in agreement of setting the reward. I think it's only fair.
Jericho's just gonna say, we do this. I go and I talk. You guys come in on my seat.
Since we're all in agreement, we can form a battle plan after we get the specifics, I think, and I'll
Just
glance.
gave you the battle plan.
I mean,
Hey, down boy.
You want
see.
Scooby snack?
Kind of looks at you guys and smiles. An owl will reach one of you in a matter of day or so. But as now that you're here and I can speak with you, so anything that you would like to tell me yourselves, anything that you've heard or seen or that's causing eeriness or ill intention that should be brought up to my ears.
How about these hunters coming around
From Makuza.
from the American industry?
oh yeah, we were ambushed in France by a group of apparent muggles hunting werewolves.
There is a sanction between both treaties, but did not. Kind of smiles. If they're hunting you, then one of you's afflicted.
I didn't realize Americans crossed the pond for things like that. Wouldn't they stick to their own turf?
There is a code between organizations in the Muggle world of hunting beasts down, and
Neff is coughing really, really loud and bumping Grizz.
And he looks good to know.
I'm gonna look at the minister who, like, some of the Aurors stole some of my father's notes. Just so you know, of his research.
Do you have any names?
Not really, because they took the notes when I wasn't home.
Kind of looks, and you see that he's thinking. I'm truly sorry for what happened to your father. I have noticed missions and assignments you've been sent on that don't quite match your rapport. That are... I'll look into it myself. As he says,
Minister, Have you-
one second. He does say, I have seen some files have gone missing, an array of wizards. It is one of the things that I'm trying to get a handle on. Not knowing that one of you guys is not registered is another thing that passed my gaze that should not have. So if you see anything, please report it.
I'm gonna look
we can
this.
deal with this Grindelwald situation firmly.
I'm
and,
going to look.
Bones was gonna say something.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I was gonna just ask if they know of any information leaks or anything that's been happening strange in the ministry, like they feel like there's some compromise in security.
That's what I'm asking you.
I'm going to look to Sonya, like directly looking at Sonya, like you can see the eyes behind the mask. And I'm going to say in calm Druidic, on the off chance that Minister speaks it, which I doubt.
I won't understand Druidic because I can't comprehend languages without a wand.
Crap.
Yep.
Crap. Fuck's sake. Fine, I'll lean over and whisper. And
So as you're leaning forward, Griswold,
Uh.
I am sending you a message.
sure. And the whisper's quite literally going to be, do we tell him about the Oliver thing?
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
And as he says the word Oliver out loud,
Ah,
because
shit.
you were thinking it.
Go ahead, Grizz.
Okay. Mr. Minister, Your Highness, getting a little nervous. You remember the Auror that contacted me about the village in Poland?
Shakes his head. Might have been a little bit before my time, but yes, I think so.
His name was Oliver. Oliver had all his fingers when he contacted. Oh, did he have all of his fingers when
Yep.
he contacted me?
Mhm.
Okay. Had all of his fingers when he contacted me. I repaired the village, gave my thanks to the ministry for pointing me towards it, and basically kind of did odd jobs for the ministry over during the 30s, just kind of helping fix Europe, you know?
He kind of twitches as well.
We ran into Oliver again, and he was missing a finger or two on his left hand, if I remember correctly. And see, we were in the middle of some kind of dungeon that people were disposing of bodies in.
And Minotaur.
And Minotaurs were involved, and that's actually where I met these kids. They were on their way back from somewhere, and I was investigating this plagued forest. But that's extraneous context. That said, when you gave us the Runespore assignment, and we got to the mountain, if you will, we ran into Oliver again.
He looks very confused.
Oliver had all of his fingers again, and said he'd been stuck there for 10 years.
Could have the second Oliver just been a Rouge?
It's one or the other, but he seemed genuine. He knew all the same stuff that Oliver. Did second Oliver say he had ever met me?
No, he has not. He didn't know who you were.
The second Oliver didn't know who I was.
I believe.
He didn't know who you were at all.
This is okay. Cool. Sonya's got notes.
Yes.
Second Oliver didn't.
Timelines are very important.
Yeah, especially for this plot hook.
Yeah.
But the second Oliver didn't know me at all, and it's.
He stumbled upon the place in the Congo without a wand or his.
Yeah. See, kind of leans back in his chair. You see that he's thinking.
I don't know what to do with that information. It freaked me out when it happened. I have no idea which Oliver is genuine and which one is not. And frankly, it all goes a little over my head because it doesn't involve plants talking. But that said, that's
Since you all like to meddle in an affairs,
Our favorite thing.
kind of grins a little bit. Has Greece ever popped up as a point of interest,
I don't think I ever went that far south.
or anything about divination or prophecy telling? I wonder why Oliver has such an interest in those things as well.
Oliver here? Oh well, obviously it's gonna be Oliver here. Sorry, that was me saying it as a player, not character.
That is something that I had to look into. This is great advice.
I'm going to stress caution. Like that is Grizz.
Mm-hmm.
If the one here isn't real, it could be pretty bad.
He could be working for Grindelwald himself.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
And for nearly a decade.
Which means the Oliver I met is fake, and Grizz is trying to maintain composure, but this is someone that he thought was his friend in the Ministry for literally a decade. I just don't know what to do.
As you hear quickly, and the door opens, and you see that the minister kind of gets up in a very abrupt, anger, defensive mode, and a gentleman kind of walks in and starts whispering things into his ear. And you see that he's kind of irritated this is happening, but as the more he talks, the more he's just calming himself down.
Can I read the person's lips?
Rolling perception.
Yeah.
They might be doing the hand thing. I'd be doing the hand thing if I was whispering something in the minister's ear.
27?
27.
DC was 40.
So you saw through
I think it's best to send you a private message.
Secret messages.
The word that you hear, because his lips were kind of covered, and then you just see a couple of movements, are, and I'll send this to you. As what are the rest of you guys doing as this man is muttering things into his ear?
Just kind of regaining my composure. Just calming down.
Okay. The rest of you?
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting.
As he looks, we'll deal with that in time. I have a meeting. He looks at, there was nothing in your books. Meeting. Kind of, yes sir. He kind of leaves, closes the door.
As soon as he leaves, what artifact and what about the dragons was he talking about?
Oh. So apparently a mess that you all need to fix.
We do that a lot.
For
that
you
was-
stole from the Ministry and
we
allied
didn't
yourselves
shit.
with Dumbledore, who has refused any of my calls and aid to apprehend Grindelwald. But that is a matter that we will deal with later. For a artifact that is missing and dragons that are loose is not a big concern at the moment.
What color dragons?
You know them.
Don't say black. Don't say black. Don't say black.
I'm gonna look at bones.
I'm sure you know them more better than I do. I'm sure you had quite a good hand on what's happened. But again, that is something that shall be discussed later, at a different time.
I'm gonna look at Grindelwald.
It happens a lot. It's like the first syllable and the last syllable are really I get it entirely, but
Yeah.
like, it
I'm
never gets.
I'm gonna look at Griswold. It was like, these kids fought dragons.
Oh yeah. Well, no, we talked to dragons intently.
I mean,
And-
Nest does, but
Anyway, I'm gonna look
Yeah,
at the
I'm gonna
ministry.
glare at Grizz real hard and just will him to shut up.
Brutal honesty. It's a character flaw.
Well, as I've learned a lot, I'm sure you've also learned a lot. Let's call this mini adjourn. I'll send you an owl privately in a day. And take care of this business as discreetly as you can. For the least discreet options will just make me do more work that I have to cover up. Like the spells that you've been casting. Kind of looks at most of you. The illegal artifacts that you have. Purchases that you guys shouldn't not have. Vaults that should not have been opened.
Huh? Hey,
that
I
the-
was
is that
under
the-
mission to open
Tombs
doors.
that should not have been opened.
Okay,
Interfering with
okay.
ministers' affairs. Contacting and dealing with dangerous entities before contacting the ministry. Unregistered individuals.
I'm gonna,
killing a
Andre-
chimera, killing a hag, killing a
trolls,
nymph.
killing a witch.
someone
Stealing directly from me and the vaults here. Having an illegal individual in this room who should be sent to Azkaban immediately. If you want to play games of who has higher power, how many wands do you possess? Versus how many wands do I possess? Think how easily it would be for me to send you to Azkaban and nothing will happen of this.
Minister. We're not here to have a wand measuring contest. It's just.
That's actually good.
Mine's
Good.
6 foot.
That's the
We're-
title.
We're it, like, we accept the terms of our agreement. We will desperately try to keep this discreet and not step on any toes. And please torch that note I wrote for you.
He grabs it and
yeah,
just singes on fire.
cool. Okay.
Please think hard on your reward, for it should be equivalent to the deeds that you will do. And I hope that our tensioned start will bloom into a fruitful start.
Maybe a beautiful tree.
A beautiful tree?
Can I insight that?
Sure,
I might do that too.
sure.
I was just trying to lower the tension in the room. He seemed like he was a little spook.
18.
21.
Get
You-
wrecked, Sonya.
Feel, both of you, that he
I just wanna
only
know-
elevated
I-
his tension based on the elevation that you guys were. He definitely wanted you to understand who was in control and in power of the conversation. But he's being very forefront.
Okay. I just want to know if his intent with having a friendship with us later on was right or not.
It doesn't feel right, but you think that he's branching off from what he should be doing because the ministry has been infiltrated. He's running out of people to trust, and you guys have shown that you guys get the thing, that job is done. That's the impression you get from the conversations. So it doesn't feel like he wants to do this, but he's doing it because you get results done.
Um, then I guess I'll just look at the minister. I was like, if we're all done here, I guess we should go back to the school.
Please do.
Yeah. I have
Before
some
we
things
leave-
to collect.
I'm gonna. Huh?
I was gonna say before we leave, Jericho's gonna walk up to his desk.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, when the deed is done, the others that are remaining.
The others, what, sorry?
I said, when the deed is done, the other werewolves that are remaining, let me talk to them and let me have it.
If you present any information on unregistered wolves, that should be held with and accounted by the department. Now leave it at that. I'm giving you a job, not multiple jobs.
Well, with the ministry, it seems like multiple, and just walk
Yeah.
away.
I-
No
I'm- well,
disrespect, sir. It just seems
I'm,
one after.
be like, damn it, Jericho. It'll be done.
It'll be
Just shakes his head and you see that he's another guy kind of unlocks in. So you wanted some tea? Like, yes. Always right at the end of the conversation. Kind of.
I'm gonna look at the minister and basically shake his hand when we're leaving,
Mm-hmm.
and then whisper something to him.
Sure.
It's like,
Secret messages.
like, you're the minister of magic. Maybe be careful about your assistants. Maybe they're the moles. And then I will immediately go like that, shake his hand. Well, like
You
maybe
see
we'll
that,
get.
you
Yeah,
hear in
yeah.
your head, good advice.
And then I will go like, and then shake his hand like, and tap his shoulder. Like maybe we'll have a rematch and maybe finally win that cup.
He looks at you, can fall too old to ride a broom like I used to. And he looks at every single one of you. Good day.
I'll
As you
tip my
guys are-
mask to him and kind of try to usher
Come
the
on,
students
let's-
out, but they're
Let's go back to the school.
As the as
And
you're
then
trying
we
to
look
get the
at
dogs to
Jericho.
come back inside after they've been playing outside and they don't want to, and you start running around in circles.
Yeah.
That's cool. So,
While we're
mhm.
leaving, I'm gonna look at Jericho. If he's gonna say another word, it was like not another word.
As you guys exit, we're gonna go on break and decide on what we want to do for the next thing. As you guys have at minimal a day, max around 2 to 3 days before you get a letter from the minister on what the next specific steps are. So,
Okay.
with no audio issues this time, Discord.
Finally.
Finally, don't jinx it. We'll be back in 15, y'all. So I'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
Hello, guys, and welcome back. So, after you guys get escorted out of the ministry, retrieved all your possessions, wands, and weapons, you have a couple of days to kill, maybe a day at max, at the earliest, sorry. So, Order of the Broken Moth. What do you guys want to do?
While we're still in London, I'd like to swing by Diagon to pick up my pocket
Your
skeleton.
And your powder should be ready as well, Bones.
So I'll just go ahead and add that back to my
Okay.
actual pocket inventory.
Awesome.
Bones, your flash powder. You want to write this down because it's a very specific thing. First, you can roll me 1d4 plus 1. That is how many pinches you will have at the end of this, as you're given pretty much a leather bag with a whole bunch of powder inside that will indicate how many pinches you have to throw.
You said 1d4 plus 1?
Mm-hmm.
So I got 4.
Okay, so 4 uses of your powder. So it's one action to throw it. The range is 20 feet. And it will disperse in an aura of 20 feet. It is, if I'm going too fast, let me know. And I can copy this and give it to you on since it's a custom made thing for you on Discord. But it is a DC 13 Constitution to be blinded or deafened for 1d4 rounds. On a pass, and stunned for the first round. If they pass and they're within 10 feet, they're only stunned for the 1 round. If they pass outside of the 20 feet, within 10 to 20 feet, they suffer no effects. They have advantages to this saving throw if they are in sunlight within the 10 to 20 feet. And if they are directly in sunlight, there is no blinding effect for the 10 to 20 feet. Because essentially it's a loud bang and a flash.
That's actually really, really useful
Yeah.
for a frontliner.
It's really good.
No, but
Or
like,
for someone who's trying to cover up for a reckless frontliner.
yeah, no, I mean that's fair. That's totally fair. You got me.
So,
I am also, while Bones is grabbing her powder, I'm gonna grab my other skeleton I had on
Yes.
hold at Borgen. So I've got 2 full human skeletons in the bag.
all right. How many days ago did you write your letter, Leon?
Since we got there.
Okay. All right. So if you did, it would take 3 days for the owl to arrive to you at Hogwarts.
Okay.
So let me hand you that letter.
Eh.
Leon. Do you want you to be the only person that sees it, or do you care and show it to everybody?
I really don't care, but
All right, show it to everyone. So, Leon, if you want, as you receive this letter, you can read it if you want to out loud. For our audio listeners on Spotify.
oh, okay. Leon opens the letter. It's a Master Leon Jones.
Oh, they have.
Master, all is well. The estate needs nothing. Supervene as always. To
Superb.
report yet superb
Yeah, if I spelled wrong, my bad.
as always.
Yeah.
To report yet again, all is well. How are your travel? Mrs. Jones cares much for you. With love, Gregory.
Leon married?
Nope.
Oh.
Mama Jones.
Ah.
It's Mama Jones.
Mama. It's mother. Mommy Jones.
Yeah.
As soon as we're, I guess, back to far away from the ministry,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask Bones, like, do you think it would be wise if I send Borong a sending message to see how everything's going?
Bones, did you hear?
Me?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, I'm asking if you think it would be possible for me to send Borang a sending message to see how he's okay or what's going on.
I still can't hear. I'm sorry.
Can everyone else hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Lee, can you hear me?
I can hear everybody really well, but I couldn't hear Jericho at all, and I could barely hear Sonya.
That
You might
could
have
be
to.
on your end. Right-click fortune teller in the voice channel and like boost her up a little bit. There's a little slider in the right-click menu.
Tell me when you can hear me.
But essentially, he's asking if you want to send Borlong a message, if you think it's wise.
Well, I had written him a letter that last time, but yeah, I do think that it probably... I don't know. I just feel like the last statement that... Where are we, by the way? We're not in the ministry anymore at all.
Wherever
We're in
you
London.
choose to be. Yeah. Also, for me to reply to that letter, I need you to send me a letter. Unless I sent him a letter, then he'll send you a generic letter back.
Right. I have it. I just didn't send it to
Okay,
you.
no problem.
Sorry. But yeah, I do feel like we should probably give him a heads up, but I'm just not sure. Yeah, it's kind of an issue that I was thinking might be precipitating after the discussion with the minister. But maybe talking to Newt would be best.
Whoever you think would be best. I don't want to send something and then it be caught. Or if you're already sending a letter, then that might be the better. I don't know what the best ways of communication would be between y'all.
I'm definitely concerned though, and that's why I was kind of glaring at Grizz, because I was like, "Great, let's just talk about all that now."
I wasn't meaning to. It's just
If my brother winds up dead, you're on my list, bud.
I will. From the earth I came, and to the earth I will return.
Like, if you just want to wait for the letter a few days, just cautionary, then if not, then we can send a sending his way.
Then,
Yeah.
I want to go and fetch my boy Spine Roll.
Yeah, spine roll. A good, I believe we're at 3 feet of spine roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 feet.
Okay.
And while I'm there, I'm going to look to the herbology professor and then down to Spine Roll and be like, Spine Roll, how do you like the snow?
I will
Have you
face
ever-
any opponent and punch it.
No, snow's weather. It's like sand, but it falls from the sky and it's very cold.
That is nothing like sand.
No,
Regardless, I will punch it.
And the snow will deserve it. I'll look to Professor Sprout and say, we're headed up further north in Scotland to Glasgow. You think he should go with us? Like it's still,
As long as you're not in anything that's dangerous, I see why not.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
I'm sure he
Fine,
could
Lord.
use the exercise.
Yeah. We're going on an adventure, buddy. Let's go.
So he gives you a quick little taps on the calves and then starts climbing and gets in position between your shield again.
3 feet tall. He's probably punching me in the thigh at this point, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
He's careful not to aim high.
Oh god. Oh, that could end poorly.
As you have the day to yourselves, the Hogwarts Express and the trains nearby can take you to a lot of locations really fastly. So if there's anything that you want to do really fast, let me know.
I want to go in the dark forest and look for Thomas.
Okay. Just because she's not here, Jess did say she wanted to go see the farm. If that's a thing that you guys want her to do on her own, do you want to split the group? That's totally fine. Just let me know what you guys want to do.
I wanted to pop over with her.
Okay. It's just you two?
More than, unless anyone else wants to join us. Like, and Neff has precedent with her father there and my farm.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if anyone else wants to join with that. So we have, what I'm hearing is this party's being split at the current 2 ways. It could be split more ways because,
How long does it take to get out there, though?
from where you are, probably about a day.
Okay.
So a day in and a day back, and the letter will be waiting for you at Hogwarts. Which at the current, Leon in Hogwarts, Neff and Griswold heading to the farm, and Jericho heading to the Forbidden Forest. Our group
I'll
is
go with
split.
Jericho also.
Okay.
3 ways. Leon
Bones?
chilling at Hogwarts.
Where do you want to go?
Wait, who?
Bones.
Hogwarts.
Oh,
Okay. So Bones, Leon. Okay. All right. Because. All right. The group is officially split. Let's roll a D3 and see what happens.
Jesus. Out
Yes.
of curiosity, it's only been a day since we left the last Vela estate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I haven't got any warnings from Madame yet.
Eh.
From her daughter.
Nope. No warnings from them. If you want to type that for me, I would appreciate that very much, Jeremiah. Okay. So we're going. Oh, this is gonna suck. All right. Who wants to be group 1? I'm gonna mark this down. Anybody say? If not, all right. So
Farm group will be group number 1. That's fine.
farm is 1. So that's Neff and Grizz. Who wants to be group number 2?
It could be Sonya's thing.
Yeah,
It will be 3 at Hogwarts.
Forest
Okay.
can go too.
Okay, so Forest. And then I'm gonna handle this. All right, that sucks.
And I want to go on the next, tomorrow, the next day. Is that okay?
Can the Hogwarts group join the people in the forest too? Since
Sure.
it's pretty close.
Yeah, if you guys want, especially
I just want to go back to school.
if they're saying they want to go the next day, then yeah, that would be fine.
I'd rather have
Okay,
4.
so based on that, then we'll go to Leon first. Leon has a very specific thing. Then we'll go to the farm, and then we'll go to the Forbidden Forest.
Whoops.
So that is how we're gonna take the course of today's game. Leon,
Okay, I'm scared.
as you get the
That's your
letter, what are you writing back?
Oh, I wrote it down. I sent it to you.
Yeah,
Do you want me to say it out loud?
I just can't
already-
read it because.
Oh yeah, my handwriting.
Yeah.
I wrote it like how Leon would write it.
Okay.
Anyway, my reply is Gregory. Thank you for. Let me read it from my notebook because I can't
Sure.
read it on my phone.
I can't read it on there on Discord. So I'm like, can you please just tell me?
Gregory, thank you for all your work. Send mother my love. I will be back as soon as I can. Leon. Leon Harreth Jones.
As you're writing this and you keep looking back, on your insight, the wording is off on the letter Gregory sent you.
Okay.
It just doesn't sound like his normal pattern of speech or writing.
Yeah, I was kind of afraid of that, to tell you the truth. I might actually am splitting on the third. I'm gonna split my homes. How far is my house? It is in London. My estate is gonna be in London anyway.
Yeah.
How far
So
would
I would say it's about a day trip as well. So as Griswold and Neff are taking a day trip to go to the farm, which I'll ask you guys to take 1 day's worth of rations for that trip, since you
I'm
won't.
just gonna good bury it.
Then there we go.
Then
And Leon, you are currently still with the other 3 students, at the school.
yeah, I was like, I would join you to the forest. I believe that's where you're trying to go, but I think I have to take matters. I need to take care of matters at my own home. Be safe. If you need anything, just send me a message. I guess that's what's been Sonya's been doing, and I will get there as fast as I can. And I will pack some of my things and then head out to try to go to my house, my estate, the estate.
Okay. So
The Jones.
is that what you're doing for the rest of the day?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So Bones, Sonya, and Jericho, as Leon is packing and preparing to go back to his estate, will take him the rest of the day to get there. He'll probably arrive by nightfall. And you guys are planning to go to Forbidden Forest tomorrow morning? Question mark.
Yeah, this is the next full day after.
Okay.
It's called
Yeah,
Forbidden.
I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I wanted to go back to Hogwarts is to try to get the rest of my books that we've gotten from other different adventures, because I feel like I'm missing information. You know, stuff from the vaults and the tomes from the gypsies and things like that.
Sure, you can go grab all your books as you have them. Since you guys are feels a little bit weird being at in your hall and then your dormitories during class, but you guys technically don't have to go to school right now. As the night progresses, nothing really happens. You guys do what you need to do. Prepare for the morning as Leon is on his way to the estates at the moment. Griswold and Neff are camping outside, and before you start making tent, you start seeing a smoke billow from the direction where you assume the
Groundskeepers?
no, from where you think the farm would be after this whole day worth of trip. With that information, do you camp where you were going to camp, or do you continue pushing forward?
Oh, I really wish Neff was here right now. I mean, I know the house has a fireplace, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it's my house. But, I'll just assume that they lit a fire. Like, it's still very early spring. Like,
Okay.
it's a little nippy out. They might have been
Yeah.
trying to keep warm. I'll tuck down for the night if
Okay.
Miss Neff is okay with it.
Nev takes
yeah.
first watch, and she I'll wake you up in 4 hours.
Acknowledged.
Alright, and with that, then we'll go to, from the list I wrote, that'll be Sonya, therefore Sonya, Bones, and Jericho. As you guys prepare yourselves for the forest ahead, what do? Do you guys just start walking into the forest, or is there a plan of action? As prepared spells, HP, etc., all full.
Okay. What I'm gonna do first
Mhm.
is I'm gonna bring out Tito.
Okay, Tito.
For the dark place, and I need a warning if I need to for Watchdog.
Okay, Tito does definitely pop out.
Okay. And then I'm gonna shoot a sending message to Thomas.
Okay, what is your message?
We're in the forest. Where are you? Yeah. Signifying location or landmarks.
As you get a message back. At least you're not yelling this time. That's good. I told you I don't want you to find me, so I'm gonna remain hidden.
I don't remember him saying he didn't want us to find him.
Well, Sony's the only one that heard that, and he sounds. Well, you can roll me an insight.
Me?
Yep.
I got a nat 20 plus 6.
He sounds a little scared, like he was putting up a tough voice.
Can I look for maybe any footprints of his or markings?
You can roll me survival.
Or something.
You can try roll me survival.
How deep is the Forbidden Forest and like
Miles?
wide?
Yeah. It
Like,
is
how many
huge.
miles is it wide? Like 10 plus, 20 plus?
You know that the dragon controlled about 6 miles of the forest. And that was just at the center. There's a lot of forest.
Okay, I thought.
That's a 15.
15 as you first of all, Sonya, do you tell your compatriots, compadres, your friends what Thomas said?
Yeah, I tell him what Thomas says, but also what I got from the insight. Like, he feels like he's putting up a front, like something might be wrong, in my opinion.
And with that 15 on survival, as you spread out, going into the forest with no real plan, just feeling it out and seeing what happens. As the cold morning air starts fueling the even darker and spookier parts of the woods, the snow starts kind of crimpling, and the crunchy noise as you definitely hear scuttles just running throughout the forest, and nothing terribly unusual, although creepy nonetheless. You feel like you're being watched. You feel like there's always something there, but every time you look around, you don't find anything. And with your 15, unfortunately, after now late morning, reaching close to like 11 a.m. or so, you find nothing. You've just been walking hours into the forest and really no tracks. No nothing. How long is Tito up?
8 hours.
Okay.
So if there's anything within, let me see. If there's anything, a small or large creature within 30 feet that I'm unaware of, it'll start barking, and then, I guess an initiation turn, it'll start being hostile towards it later. So that's a 30-foot radius from where I'm at.
Well, you definitely, it is barking a lot the entire time. Like, it will not shut up, but you don't see anything.
Okay.
There's quite a bit of quietness, and then you just hear, "Rah, rah, rah," just barking in one location, and you just stops barking, you hear nothing before and after.
Every time it barks in a different area, I'm going to try to look and see, and then if I see that's not hostile or anything, then I'll just carry on.
Okay. As you do, it's again hitting around 11 a.m. You guys have been looking not really hungry, kind of getting that point of nothing's happened. What do you guys do?
Can I take out my snake staff?
Sure.
I want to use it to call a snake and just kind of ask what's going on in the forest, what they know.
As the snake kind of slithers and appears. Just moving towards you, but not really speaking or saying anything.
Okay, first I want to ask if they can understand me.
It moves its head, yes.
I use message to try to speak telepathically with it?
Sure. What do
Or
you
is
say?
there enough intelligence?
I mean, you speak parcel tongue. You can...
Yeah, okay, I want to...
I think the staff also gives her parcel tongue.
If you didn't have...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to ask what's been going on in the forest, if there's anybody outside of the normal creatures here.
As it was say... There's a large amount of canines. There's other goblins wreaking havoc. There's a lost boy. Much things are happening throughout the forest.
Do the snakes feel threatened? Are you guys hiding?
No, we're not the prey. You are.
Yeah, typically that's always the case.
He kind of starts slithering around your boot and starts moving away, and turns back to you. If you don't say anything, then they'll just slither off.
Yeah, I don't want to make them feel compelled to. They can go. I want to share the information with the group, and then I want to remind or ask them, I guess, because when we were dealing with the Green Welsh, the Alpha wanted the forest as well last time we talked, and since we eliminated the one problem, it only stands to assume that the other's taken over, so the snakes might know what they're talking about.
I'm gonna shoot Ascending to Biscuit. Since it's to a creature. That's what the Sending card says. Double check DM.
Yeah, there are limitations on sending. I believe.
At least if it has an intelligence score of 1.
Well, dog will definitely have an intelligence score of 1.
The question is, would you be able to understand its response?
There was a conversation about this that it would get, if it has an intelligence, it would understand what you're trying to comprehend, and thus they will have a similar manner in response. So, what is your message?
Okay. It's to Little Biscuit. It's Sonya. We're trying to find you and your dad. Where are you? Any location? Big tree, lake, road, anything?
Yes, Dad. Big tree, scared, hungry, but happy. Big tree.
Big trees. Everyone look for big trees. Don't pee on the trees, Jericho. Just look for a big tree.
Wow.
Big trees.
That's speciesist.
Oh, also, I was doing some research or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but apparently the Forbidden Forest is 20 acres, aka about 165 miles.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yep.
I guess.
Yep. I was assuming it was closer to the 50-mile mark, but I don't know, it's 120 something. All right, there you go.
165.
65.
165.
Yep. So, with that, if you guys want to continue on your track, I will need you guys to convince me on a skill challenge on what to do. So, tell me a skill that you think will be helpful, and we'll see how far along we get on this mission.
Yeah.
A mission to find the guy who doesn't want to be found.
A skill check on perception to
Sure.
see if there's any.
Okay.
Any...
Sonya has perception. Jericho
has perception.
and Bones, what other skill do you guys want to use?
Insight to understand where people are camped?
That'd
Or is that survival?
be more of survival. You could insight to try to see where. I mean, it can, but that's a big stretch. That would be more of a survival. So Bones has survival. Jericho, what do you have?
How about stealth? Keep us quiet and make sure nothing's like sneaking from like literally behind us.
That would make you guys stealthy, but not necessarily in a way that would track or try to find somebody. So what you got? If you want to go with stealth, you can go stealth. This is you guys trying to convince me of what the outcome will be. So, Bones, to keep the motion of the ocean. Roll me your survival. Sonya, roll me your perception.
How about another investigation?
Sure, you can roll investigation. Roll investigation. So, when you roll, call it out. Tell me what you get.
29.
Okay, 29 is a good number. What did you get, Bones? I saw your lips move, but I didn't hear you.
17 on survival.
Okay. And what did you get on
30-20.
Dirty 20? Okay. I will say that it will take you guys, as you guys are walking through, and about 4 o'clock hits, you start noticing something positive and or negative. You start seeing footprints. But with your survival, you do notice that you guys are definitely lost in the forest. You are not where you thought you would be, and you're miles in. As you keep perceiving and looking around and seeing little villages where centaurs would be, kind of staying away from those paths, seeing wolf tracks, praying away from those paths, and getting a clearer location of where things would be. With your investigation, reaching 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7, 8, 9 p.m. after having a ration for all of you guys, Jericho does finally find what he assumes to be a boot. And with this boot, way ahead, you see large hollow tree. All three of you with 3 holes in it, almost imitating a skull. As I kind of need all of you guys to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy, here we go.
Nat 20, 23.
Okay.
Oh, no, 26. Saving throw.
All right.
Did you say wisdom?
Mm-hmm. Wisdom saving throw.
And how's Tito?
Tito is... This is at 9 p.m. When did you summon Tito?
Oh, what time did we leave?
You were
11?
you were in the forest around 11 when you summoned him. So 11... So it'll be...
Tito's
Oh,
gone.
Yeah, okay.
gone.
I got a 17.
17, okay. Bones?
15.
15, okay. As you see a horrifying vision of this old woman with pure white as her veins are bulging through and popping up, as it looks like she just kind of rose from the ground itself with no feet whatsoever, and you see these hollow sunken eyes as her jaw completely extends. I need you all to make me a Constitution saving throw, as seeing her kind of makes everybody stumble and pause for a second, as the frightful vision of this creature does not frighten you, but now she's going to wail, and for that I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Nat 20.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
9.
9.
Yeah, I'm proficient in it, so I rolled like
I'm so sorry. On a success, you guys as pass will take 3d6 of psychic damage. I rolled pretty high. That is 10 points of psychic damage. As you just see this old cryptic woman just kind of scream out, and this is what you see.
We take 10?
Everybody takes 10. Bones, you do not take 10 damage though. As I need to go into notes and show everybody. That is the woman that you see.
Ooh, I'm simping.
As
I have some bad luck.
you Bones does not take 10 points of damage, Bones drops to 0 points of HP and is unconscious. Completely.
Son of a
That
bitch.
is super fun.
Oh no.
Or we're separate 3 ways.
Oh no. Okay.
As I'm going to place you in a forest.
Steph, for the big save again.
I know. I got this.
As you do see, where are we? GM, from where you're standing, as this entity, this banshee, just screams throughout the forest and echoes as you see Bones fall and drop. I need you guys to roll me initiative.
Oh no.
Is this on dynamic lighting? I'm just curious.
Yeah, because I can't see shit.
Yeah, I have black screen. That's why I was just asking.
Oh, that might be because your characters aren't on the board.
Yeah, I'm just double checking if it is or not.
It probably is dynamic lighting. So I need a... thank you. So I need a Sonya. All right, you 3 right here.
Oh no, we can't see anything, Leon.
Can I look at the stream?
Oh, I mean, I'm actually like I am like on the other side of the
Yeah.
country, so I think I can get away with looking at
Oh.
the stream if that's acceptable. I'm worried about my
I thought I
Steam.
was-
Yeah,
Can I-
you can, you guys, I need to give you guys vision. So you guys that are looking right now get to see how dynamic lighting works live.
Okay.
We'll fix it in post. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's being fixed live. Alrighty, so as that happens, you guys roll initiative as I'm rolling for this entity. Okay. What did you guys get?
18.
Okay. Bones, unfortunately, you are unconscious, so you get the bottom of the initiative roll, which really sucks. So Jericho, Sonya, Banshee, Bones. And it's completely dark, so of course you guys can't see it. So, as that happens, I need Jericho and Sonya to roll in perception.
$22.
Okay. 17? Okay, Sonya, you hear a very whispered, "Oh man, not again. At least they can't see me." And with our initiative rolled and the Banshee been able to see, we're gonna go to a farm.
Oh my gosh! Why? Why do you do this?
Oh, that's not the right thing. That's a forest. This is the farm, sorry. I don't know where you guys were gonna go, so I had to make several maps. Do you guys... There should not... I think this is dynamic lighting as well. It looks kind of dynamic-y.
It's not.
It's not?
It's not.
I can see the
Okay.
whole thing.
I
Okay.
can see the whole thing as well.
Alright, cool. Well,
I am here though.
yeah, so... Jeremiah, can you still see?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think this would be dynamic lighting, would it?
No, I checked. It's not. It just has a scale. As you see, your farm doing extremely well. Your the tree that you've cultivated.
This one.
Yep. That has that incantation you've put on there. You see a
In
couple.
addition, the plant growth that I cast every year affects the entire farm. It's a 1 mile radius, goes edge to edge.
Yes.
So,
Your the farm is doing a lot better than you would anticipate. Growing a lot of crops that don't normally grow even with the incantation.
wow.
You see new pins of dirt that have been made. I'm gonna change it to a slightly different music. Let's do Forest Daytime. So, with different change of pace, encountering some of the horrors of the Forbidden Forest, because students decided to go in alone. We'll see what happens. As you see Neff's dad kind of looking, just kind of waving his hand. Hello!
I'm just gonna rip off my mask and shout, "Honey, I'm home!"
You see a couple of kids either practicing on their own, their martial arts, or tending to the crops. And you see a lot of crops that would be like springtime.
Is this? Oh my god, that is spine roll. You have a mini for my spine roll now. Anyway.
Yeah, there's a little spine roll. So what do you guys do as you're arriving here at the morning of the second day, which Sonya, Jericho, and Bones, this is the ending of that day.
I'm going to, like, kind of jog up. I assume that Miss Neff is going to, like, sprint past me and damn near tackle her father, which I wouldn't blame her. But, here, I've got spine roll. And after that flying tackle hug is done, I'll shake his hand and be like, I just wanted to visit and see how things were. By the way, this is our new, what's the word? I won't say mascot. That's rude. Spiral, introduce yourself.
He goes over to the guy, extends his hand to shake as Alexander kind of grabs.
This is Neff's father. Neff's father, whose name vaguely escapes me, but I know.
It's Alexander, I believe, or Edward. Sorry.
Edward.
Yeah.
Mr. Edward, this is Spinal. I found him in the desert. He's an interesting character.
Yes, see you, Alexander, and I don't know why I want him to be Alexander. Edward, and Spinal says, "I will defeat you in combat."
Spinal, no punching Edward. This is rude. Edward is friend, not combatant.
The second you become enemy, I will defeat you in combat.
He really enjoys punching.
Well,
so
great. There's a lot of kids here that enjoy punching. Like,
yeah,
great, I shall vanquish the kids. And you see him kind of running over, and you see him having conversation with one of the kids, and he looks weird, and then like agrees, and you see that they start a very friendly spar.
Spinal, no spines.
You see all the spines kind of revert to the back.
And I'll look to the kid. And I probably don't know can't remember all of their names. Griswold's a little scatterbrained like that, but don't go for blood. He's a sensitive cactus.
He shakes his head, and you see that they're just exchanging blows and really much dodging than anything.
Okay, I'll look back to Edward and look to Neff and be like, so how are things going? Is everything okay? How is invading Wolfbane in this environment?
It's actually been growing quite well. I've been having a lot of success, as you see that there's a second home that was built as well.
Yes.
We've been extremely busy. The children have found soil within the forest nearby that has been growing well. I don't know what's in the fertilizer, but as you can see.
Wait, soil outside the limits of the farm?
Yes.
That because the incantation only goes so far as the property line, if you will.
I didn't know much about the incantation. All I know is that we are receiving quite a good penny for everything that we've been making.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If the soil from outside the farm works, by all means, keep at it. You wanna walk me around?
Sure.
Walk us around. Like, let us know what's been going on, man. We've been worried about you. We went to Egypt.
Egypt sounds more exciting than what we've been doing. And as you see, Nev, like, yeah, we fought a chimera. I hit it with my maul. I smashed the guy's skull in. Yes.
Something about Sir Doucheface.
Oh.
Margadouche. Yeah. There was an inspector that was he talked more down his nose than through it, if you will.
I've met quite a those in my day. But, I mean, hauling water, gathering eggs, attending to the gardens, filling feed in the boxes, milking the livestock, some fishing here and there, tending to the crops.
Everyone's well fed.
Yeah.
The kids are all doing no sickness, nothing like that. Like
No.
y'all are completely good. You sure?
We've been making soap out of the lard that we purchased, and it's we've been successfully well.
That sounds like a good Muggle cash crop, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I've been learning on this canning process that we'll try in the summer. But other than the outhouse, that's the only thing that I have to complain. That I hate it.
Okay. What's with the second building? This is new.
That's for the children. They wanted their own private quarters, and so we chopped some trees, as he kind of points over to a lot of the barren things that are here, and built it.
Griswold mentally his heart's breaking for the trees being chopped down, but it's a greater good kind of thing. He can't help but smile.
As you see that there's a kid over here fixing a fence that looks broken, and another one that's over here that looks broken too.
Okay. Forgive me, Edward. It's just we've been traveling a lot, and I've honestly time. When's the last time I refreshed the incantation?
Probably before we got here, so I would say a couple of months.
Couple of months. Okay, because it's good for a year.
It should still be fine for like at least 5 more months.
Okay, so I wanted to make sure I didn't have to go through that rigorous process. And hey, like this time or maybe next time I'm back, I can gladly show you how to do it and maybe make this like I'm obviously we're still going to visit, but in the event that something happens to me, this place can still be prosperous. And I'm really glad y'all are doing well.
This has been a serendipitous situation for all of us, I think.
And there's been no unexpected visitors, anything like that. We've been tangoing with some not quite so nice people in the past few months. I wanted to make sure that if my identity was figured out and they discovered this place, that that no one's dropping by. We're good in that regard.
Oh, trust me, I also have concern of my own, as you don't know.
Concerns is like what?
Snip kind of looks werewolf.
Oh yeah, sorry, totally drew a blank on it. My like I've been traveling with Neff and her friend Jericho for so long that it's plain as day to me now.
Yeah. We have a location that we built in the basement, and he kind of points over here to the shed, and it's been working out great. It's just in case anything happens, but the Wolfsbane's been good.
I'll look to Neff and ask, do we need to restock? How many do you have left?
I believe she would have.
To me, she wanted to get whatever was available.
Yeah, I believe she had 3 bottles left. So let me roll an alchemist check on him to see how many he can create. For. Oh, that dice fell down the drain.
Ooh.
As he kind of looks, unfortunately, we had a kind of a spill, and I only have 1 batch that I can give out. But you're more than welcome to have it. And he kind of looks at Def and kind of like grabs her by the head and pinches her a little bit. Are you guys staying for supper? As he kind of points over to some fish, apparently, that was caught.
Of course, if there's extra, and I wouldn't mind like talking to the kids, making sure they're all like they're all fine. Like just you know my thing. I don't want to seem like a slave driver. I just like this place is just as much mine as it is yours. I just want to doing okay.
Yeah.
You know.
So to have at it. I got a couple of clothes that I need to stitch up. But yeah, feel free to do what you need. I'll be in the house. If you need anything else, it's kind of chilly, so I'm gonna go inside.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
You see, Nev's like, Dad, I'm gonna go with you. He's like, all right, and kind of walks in to also give Griswold the free roam to RP.
Okay. I'll go check on Spine Roll, make sure he's not neither party is drawing blood there.
As they both look completely evenly matched. Since I rolled a d20, I'm like, whoever gets the higher number, and I got 3 and a 3. They're
Really?
Yeah, they're playing around with each other, and it's just pretty evenly matched. Nobody's tired, just no blood drawn. It's just fun. You get the hint that Spine Roll understands that he's understanding what sparring means now.
Okay.
Your boy is maturing.
My boy, I'm just slight. I'm not crying. You're crying.
Yeah.
My boy's growing up, but I'll walk over and just say, I'll ask him, the boy, and be like, y'all have told me all of your names, but I've been drawing a. Can you call the other Alf? Is it Omegas?
Yeah, technically they're Omegas.
Okay, I don't know if they still identify as that, but
Yeah.
that's the last information that Griswold would have gone on. It would be like, I just want to have a chat and make sure they're all good. Everyone's okay.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. And you hear as he whistles, and they all start gathering around you.
Okay.
Some of them look dirty. Some of them have like very minor black eyes from probably sparring. Yeah, they all start gathering around you.
Okay. I'll look around and be like, first, I'm glad to see you're all in good health. Black eyes notwithstanding, I really hope those are just sparring, right? Like,
Yeah, you see as a bigger one of the kids kind of just gives him a little nookie. Yeah.
Edward is a good caretaker. I hope.
Yeah, he sticks with his business. We do our business, and teaches us how to do our thing, and gets a little eerie at in the full moon, but it's all good.
Yeah, I assume that's what the basement's for. Okay. How are y'all okay with the magical like y'all? I don't want to call you like muggles, but that's the word that wizards use for humans that aren't magically inclined. How are y'all...
us normal people, yeah.
Yeah, it's not everyone's normal. Some are just different. But how are the plants? They're not normally like, they don't just grow anywhere. Are y'all adapting to maybe tending those and everything else well?
Yeah, we found this really cool dirt, and we've been bringing it over, and yeah, it just grow.
Can I see some of this dirt if you don't mind? It's weird
Sure.
request, I know.
I mean, yeah, you have a pointy mask on, so.
No, I took it off when I entered the area,
Okay.
and they've seen me without the mask on at least once.
Yeah,
so.
sure. As all right, Mister, come this way. And you see them leading you to about maybe a 15-minute hike into a couple of little hills and knolls crossing a little river, and there is large pockets of just accumulative just grounds of dirt near this a whole bunch of thick trees.
Thick trees. All right. Can I like roll something to just like check this, see if maybe it's, I don't know, if anything's off about it?
You can roll
like,
nature.
Sure. What's my nature? Pull up my other window, go to the front page.
Brutal honesty is your nature.
I mean, no, brutal honesty is the character flaw. And that just kind of developed as I played the character, but... Oof! That's a 3.
You have no idea. It's mulchy, super thin, soft. Looking around, you see a couple of other like holes. There's like one giant pile. kind of get a little suspicious, kind of like start moving your staff around to make sure like there's nothing underneath. And now it's just kind of like piles of just collected
Does it
dirt.
look unnatural? Like, is this stuff they've gathered, or is this naturally occurring, just dirt?
You've never
around?
seen it, but it looks natural.
It looks natural.
You
And
see
how
kind of
far off
wheelbarrow. It took about 15 minutes by a walk, and you see the wheelbarrow marks scattering through the forest in a very specific pattern, some kind of off skewing. We needed some more dirt, and because we didn't want to buy any fertilizer.
I mean,
Yeah, and they kind of looks at another kid like, yeah, fertilizer. So we used this one because it smelled really bad, and
oh boy.
it does kind of have an odd odor, not that manure or fertilizer odor that we have, but it does have a very pungent smell to it. And we've been using it, and it's been working because I'm a genius.
I'm gonna ask something strange and see if it works. I want to taste it and medicine check it.
Okay, roll me medicine.
Like I'm not like taking a handful and
You're not
cramming it into my
you're
mouth,
not eating
but I'm
it.
like,
I understood.
I'm just because I've got proficiency in medicine. I don't have it
Yeah.
in nature, but just I don't know, like off the
Sure.
property line.
Sure.
It's kind of strange.
It's a second attempt, so I'll raise the DC a little bit, but yeah.
That's a 21. I have a +7 to it. Base roll was a 14.
You've been living out in the woods for a while. You've been living alone for a while. It's not a skill that you want to use or are proud of, but you have realized that sometimes tasting the odd ends of things might give you a hint of at least if something's close by or warm. And in those non-disclosed days that you did that, you had learned what a chewed up back end of a body tastes like.
Oh Jesus.
And this is kind of what that is. Not charred, not cooked, just processed naturally and defecated.
So this is the shout out remains of a human?
Of something.
I'm gonna get this.
As the sun starts beating in, and you start getting that sting of the day.
Check my watch, just like nondescriptly, because I've got the bamboo.
I'd say that it's probably like peaking at 1 at the moment.
1 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna try and hold composure, but kind of maybe give a little hesitance.
Mm-hmm.
And say, I need to take a bit of this and just check it a bit more.
Are you gonna eat it, mister?
No, not that, like, gross. Ugh.
Yeah, he was putting dirt in his mouth. It was weird.
That ain't dirt, kid. And I'm gonna take
it's fertilizer.
I'm gonna take an empty vial from my healer's kit, which I'm assuming I'd have at least one of.
Yep.
And just like kind of spoon this dirt in there and close the vial. I'll add it to my inventory momentarily. And then I'll be like, let's head back. You're telling me you've lined the whole farm, like the crops with this?
Everything that's growing, yeah.
Huh.
Even the fences that broke.
Why are you putting dirt on the fences?
Well, they broke, so we're trying to fix them, and like they were putting the. I don't know.
Fences need wood to fix, not.
Yeah,
not
but
dirt.
like you guys are weird and cast spells.
Yeah, but this ain't. I don't think this is magical dirt, bud.
Yeah, and the other kid like, yeah, it's fertilizer. It's cow poop.
Something. How big are the piles? Can I get that?
One I would say that there's two piles that are about like 2 feet, almost stretching out to 3 feet. The biggest pile is maybe about 5 foot by 10 feet. Like it's a large pile. The one that they've been, and you see there's a lot of dirt scattered around, and like even trails specifically of dirt falling from the wagon. So
Okay.
this
So it's trailing back to the farm.
yes,
Right.
yes it is.
Okay. It's a strange situation. I'll be like, all right, let's head back and regroup back over here.
Okay.
And I assume by the time we get, well, no,
Oop.
he said join us for dinner, and it's like 1. I'll be like, well, y'all can go back to what you're doing. I might help fix the fence over there. Just keep everything flowing. I gotta go talk to this tree for just.
Okay. Bye, Mister.
It's Griswold.
Bye, Mr. Griswold.
Yeah. Hey, spine roll. I'll
Spine
call
roll.
over to him.
Yeah, he'll
And-
join you.
No. I don't want him to join me. I'll be like, spine roll 2v1. See if you can handle 2 of them.
I will crush my enemies non-lethally.
Don't go for blood. Yeah. All right. Good. Have at him, kids.
Start sparring, sure.
And then remind him, no spines. Okay. And
All right.
I will move over to this tree,
Okay.
whip out the moss staff, assume a cross-legged pose, and cast Speak with Plants.
Okay.
I don't know if this map is to scale for like 30 feet standard D&D casting.
It's as best as I could with the program that I'm using.
No, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
It's totally fine. So I want to kind of be between like this particular patch and this
Mhm.
tree and be able to catch them both with it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and I'll look to the tree first, which I'm assuming has just grown beyond my wildest expectations, and say, so let me hear it direct from you. How are we doing? What's anything strange? Have you heard whispers from the other trees? I don't quite know if there's. I don't quite know how this spell works. I just know it works for me. So.
As you hear a very gentle voice, the farm has been exceedingly well. The children are very active. Some like to spar with the thicker of the roots, claiming they will strengthen their fist. They just complain. Although it's been peaceful at night, there has been some large root-eating beast that have trailed off, broken some of the fences.
Root-eating beasts. You just know because they're chewing on you? What's going on?
They chew on wood. They haven't chewed on me necessarily, but I don't think I'm their taste.
You think they're? I don't think they're burrowing. That's me as a player. But so do you think we should reinforce the property line? Maybe like
Could
maybe
be.
maybe.
They haven't harmed any of the children.
Well, that's good, but I mean, if it's got a taste for wood, and wood's very, what's the word? Strong. Hard to chew on easily. If they're going wood, maybe they'll eventually get a taste for other things. Yeah. And I'll bow, kind of like just respecting this tree,
Mhm.
and I guess boop one of its roots as I'm prone to do.
Yeah.
And I'll add it to my boop list momentarily. Okay. But I'll turn to the crops and be like, and how are y'all? Can y'all potentially detect what's in the dirt? Like
you hear a lot of talking, and they're all just boasting on who's bigger, and it really doesn't seem like they're aiding you too much.
Crap. They've been blinded by their own height. Ugh.
I'm the bigger carrot.
That's pretty much what you're hearing. And you haven't really heard like these conversations from them. You think that's really the soils is like amping whatever the fuck's happening.
And I guess I'll turn back to the tree and say thank you once again. I'll take it from here. And while Speak with Plants is still active, I will roam out into the center where the gravesite is, where I've planted things for Mom, and I'll take a seat once again. I've still got Speak with Plants active. I assume it, like, even if it takes like 5 minutes to get there, I've got it for another 5. But I'll take a seat and just look at it for a second, and then look down to the various things I've planted. Be like, the plant I've brought back is Spineroll, but he travels with me. Is there anything y'all can tell me about the earth, the fertilizer they're adding to the farm? 'Cause it seems strange. Something seems off.
Roll me persuasion with an advantage.
Sure. +1. That's a 14.
Okay. That's since they know you and they trust you. Well, the young ones are boastful about their growth. They're not noticing the 100-legged ones that are roaming the property, inching closer and closer
Ah, crap.
by the
Centipedes.
nightfall.
Would I know those were centipedes?
You can roll me a nature.
Ah. I'm good with plants, not so good with bugs. That's a 17.
I mean, it certainly does sound like a centipede by saying 100-legged one. So, in the wizarding world, the 17, usually creatures of this kind don't really interact with muggles too much since they don't have the proper nutrients that they need. Magical bugs are attracted by magical people. They're not really a muggle concern. And you're thinking that maybe with the introduction of the alchemist here, it's been spewing throughout and bringing more of these dire creatures. You've heard of dire wolves, dire bats, dire badgers. It also extends to the bug world.
Oh god. Giant centipede? Oh god. Okay. And we have gone way over. But
Yeah,
I'll,
we are a little bit over. So, because we're a little bit over and Jeremiah hasn't said anything, we'll leave it at here for you guys, because sensitivity of our show and time. Jeremiah, as soon as you get to the estate at nightfall, we'll all be the same day at night, just in 3 different locations. 3 of us in the midst of a battle. One trying to solve a mystery within their family farm of maybe giant centipedes. And Griswold, as you Leon, as you come to your family estate, one of the only maps I don't have out, you see Gregory kind of open the door. Master Leon, I did not expect you to... He kind of closes the door. Did you get my letter?
Yes, I did. I just thought I would check things myself here.
Very well, sir.
What's got you choked up?
Everything's quite
As I
normal and perfect.
Go inside anyway.
Your mother is at her room. If do you like me to prepare anything? Kind of grabs your bags, and as your arrow kind of flies to its normal perch up high in the 3rd floor.
3rd floor.
He kind of looks towards you, the invisible hand. And kind of leaves. I'll be with you in a moment. And you hear a couple of voices in the dining area. The room attached to the dining area where they wait. Its own waiting room that has a massive library and several ornaments that are just more for distraction, and books that you've never read or nobody in the estate or your family has ever read. But as you see a couple of auras. Thanks. And that tea! Where is that tea at? And that's where we're going to end tonight's game. Couple of auras in
my estate.
A couple of auras in Leon's estate. Thomas saying that he is in Biscuit, letting you guys know he's in a giant tree. Bones, Jericho, and Sonya finding a skull-looking tree when a banshee attacked them. Dropping Bones to 0 hit points. All creatures within 30 feet must make a DC save con of a number. On a failed, creatures drop to 0 hit points.
It's not even the first round. It's already 0 hit points.
The fact that it can come out swinging like that scares the shit out of me.
And Griswold and Neff at the family farm. I think that's appropriate to say since you all are family. Discovering a new fertilizer, for the simplisticness of the word, that might be linked to dire centipedes. With the introduction of magic, might have brought
just but dire.
So with the group completely split and different tensions between them, that's where we're gonna pick up next week. You guys like doing this, and it excites me. So, all right,
we got a lot of work for Jesus next game.
Yeah. I was like, they're gonna do a lot of things I'm not planning. So I made 3 maps, and I needed to make a 4th map apparently.
Yeah, the map that Leon went apparently is not even made.
I did not anticipate the mansion, so I need to make that now. So, with wands out and wands at the ready, we'll see you guys next time. Please be safe. Please be kind to one another. Adios. Bye.
Goodbye.